Hello everyone, my name is Mrs. Miller. I'm the art teacher here at Haines School, and today I am going to just walk you through how I make paper mache in the classroom. At the end of the year, we're going to be putting together a big, large sculptural installation in the school library, and we're going to be using a bunch of paper mache pieces made by all grade levels of students, K through 12, and I wanted to invite you at home, if you are interested in being a part of it, to invite you to possibly make a small piece to help contribute. So first, I'm going to show you how I whip up paper mache, then I'm going to show you how to lay it on a piece of cardboard, really simple, and then kind of what it looks like when it dries. So my simple paper mache, all it requires is a little bit of all-purpose flour. I use hot water. You can do this on a stove. Some people cook paper mache. I'm just using hot water from a tea kettle, an electric tea kettle that I used, a little bit of cool water, and then I also use a small amount of the Stay Flow liquid starch. And all these things get put together and cook the tiniest amount with that hot water and then make up your paper mache paste. So I'm gonna start with just this amount of all-purpose flour. And obviously, if you are making this at home, you can make a small batch at first. And then I'm gonna add in some hot water. And you can see it steaming off of there. And it kind of cooks just a little bit like oatmeal. We wanna get all that gluten started. So it kind of looks like this glutinous mass. And I'm gonna keep adding as I go. Just like I tell the kids, it's kind of like making pancake batter. Same thing. And so I'm gonna keep adding and adding as I go. And I'm gonna continue doing this until I get about the consistency of pancake batter. Right now it's like more like oatmeal. I just added in a little bit of cold water. And I'm gonna keep whisking. And then I also add in about, depending on the size of the batch, a couple tablespoons of the Stay Flow starch. So I'll put a little bit of that into the mix. And then continue whisking it until I have very few lumps, although the lumps are not that big of a problem, and the kids love to get out the lumps, so that works for me. And then eventually, after you continue whisking this, you'll get to more of a consistency of a pancake batter. This is some paper mache paste I mixed up today with the second graders. On your hands, oh yeah, it feels great on your hands. On your hands, it should be fairly thin. You shouldn't have like a thin amount of liquid. We don't want it to get super gloppy and gloopy, but we do want all the paper to be covered. So I'm going to actually be using, let me wipe my hands off really quick. I'm gonna be using two different types of paper, and I'm gonna show you, I just use a little bit of cardboard. So I'm gonna be using a piece of cardboard just like this to create a leaf. I actually cut the cardboard on an original fold so that I can get that nice kind of, I guess the vein in the center of the leaf there. And I'm gonna be using just paper from a paper bag and also some old, actually old dictionary paper that Mr. Van Wy gave me. So we're repurposing them for our sculpture. And they both work excellent for paper mache. And with the younger students, this can get a little messy, and my quick tip for them is to always squeegee the paper mache. So I'm gonna use a little piece of the dictionary paper, and I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, which is what I do with them, and they let it drip over the top, and take their 2 fingers and squeegee it out. And make sure they squeegee it all off. They can use the side of the bowl, and then they lay it right on top of their piece of cardboard, and if it overlaps at all, they fold it around. And they will continue to do this, so we'll do one more, 1, 2, 3, squeegee. Make sure we don't have a bunch of gloppy, gloopy paper mache dripping everywhere, and then smooth it, and always overlap, because that's where the strength comes from. When all this flour and gluten dries, we want all that paper to be overlapped. So I have students go through and they actually do a whole layer of the book paper So this is a piece, this is a leaf that was done today by a second grader. They went over, almost all the way over with some book paper. And then we'll go around a second time with the brown paper bags. So this one needs a little bit of a cleanup. Sometimes we'll get some gloppy paste there, which can be smoothed out later on. And then this is a dry one that has been finished up and all ready to paint. And so this is 2 or 3 heavy layers of paper mache. It becomes quite hard yeah, ready to be permanently installed in an installation piece, which is very exciting. These are a few of my painted ones actually from last year. So right before COVID, I had students working on these and we painted them, and then we went away for spring break, and they have been patiently waiting to go into an art installation, and they have the students' names on them as well. So all of these are going to get combined together. The younger primary students have been doing these simple cardboard leaves, and then as they get older, they get a little bit more structure. I use wire, I use cereal boxes, all the way up to these kind of layered flower pieces. And this is a high school piece that is created by just using a little bit of brown paper for a center, scotch tape, wire, and then cereal boxes, and then covered with that book paper. So paper mache is a really fun thing that you can do at home with your children and your students. It's an easy way to create sculptures and use just what you have in your kitchen. And I hope you have fun. And if you're interested in creating a leaf or a piece to put in our kind of garden installation that will be in the library, just feel free to get a hold of me and let me know. You can send me an email, and that's gmiller@hbsd.net. Have fun.